Hi, welcome to this video, and today I'm talking about a score on eBay of two Fluke temperature IR thermometers that I got on an auction on eBay for from a university apparently, and they're pretty beat up. And they're two IR temperature thermometers. There's the Fluke 561 HVAC. Let's see if I can get some good focus on that. So that's the Fluke 561 HVAC, IR Thermometer HVAC Pro, and this one is the 566 IR Thermometer. And I think they both go from about minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit to 1,000. This one goes to 1200 and that one goes to 1,000 Fahrenheit temperature range. And this one, we'll just run through the features quickly. This one has you press the trigger and it turns on, and you hold the trigger down and it starts measuring, and then you can see the little IR beam that you point that at whatever you want to measure the temperature, and it'll give you the temperature. And this one's the more expensive one. This one is about 400 give or take US, and this one is about 200 US give or take. So this one feels cheaper than the other one, and this one has less features than the other one. And again, I told you it's 200 degrees Fahrenheit difference. This one goes up to 1200 Fahrenheit, which, you know, I don't think most people will ever need. So depends what you're using it for. So I hold it down and it measures the temperature. These I got in auction, so I took a risk on these. These were bought as is for parts. So there's a temperature difference of about a couple of degrees, like 1 or 2 degrees when you're measuring like skin temperature, and when you go up to like higher temperatures it goes out higher, as I'll show you. They both take AA batteries. This one's got a nice rubber covering on the grip. It's also got a switch to lock the cover, and they both take AA batteries. So under there you can see there's two AA batteries. And like I said, this one, there's no padding on the grip, and it doesn't have the lock switch. So, and they both have this yellow rubber covering. You can see this one, the rubber covering is covers much more. The rubber covering on this one doesn't cover the whole front of the end of the unit. It only covers the back end of the unit. So they both have backlight. This one says there's a sticker on it that says it was calibrated in 2017. And this one was pretty much not working when I got it. So I tried it with the batteries, and there's no the backlight still doesn't work, and it's hit or miss. Like sometimes it'll work, and it seems to be working better than it was. I didn't really do anything to it. I just opened it up and had a look around, and I didn't see anything obvious. It's really hard to work on these because they have like tiny surface mount electronic components, so they're like almost impossible to work on unless you've got like a magnifying glass or you know, it's really tricky to work on. You need special gear to work on these stuff, like microscopes and stuff, because the electronics are so small. But it's probably not impossible, but not as easy as the older stuff to work on. So this is a little bit of a newer model, I think, because the screen looks a little bit nicer. It's only got 3 buttons, and it's got, I'll just go through the features really quick. So it's got something called emissivity, and you can set it to low, medium, and high. and you just press the emissivity button, and then you go up or down, low, medium, or high. And it's got min-max mode. So it's got a secondary readout, and you can choose that to be min, max, or difference. So again, you hit the min-max mode, and then you hit up or down. So it's very simple, and it's got a Celsius Fahrenheit switch in the battery compartment is where the Celsius Fahrenheit switch is. You have to go into the battery compartment to switch it. So again, all you have to do is hold the trigger down and point it where you want, and then measure the temperature. So that's the 561, and you can plug in another temperature probe right here as well. And there's the front of it. So yeah, that's the 561 HVAC Pro. Now here's this one, and this one is the 566. There's also a diagram at the top here, and it says spot size and distance. So the spot size is 6. It says that there's a larger, as you go a farther distance, the spot size gets larger. I don't know if you can see that. And it's in millimeters and inches. There's a scale for millimeters and inches. So it tells you the spot size. So we'll go with inches. So at 12 inches, which is 1 foot, the spot size is 1.5. It looks like 3 feet, the spot size is 3 inches. And then at, I think that says 60 feet. Yeah, I think that says 60. Yeah, it must be 60 feet. Or 60 inches, it's 5.3 inches. So the spot size gets bigger. So that's that one. And then this one here, it's a little bit older, I think, and so the screen looks a little bit different. I'll try to show you the screen. So again, you just hold the trigger, and you press the trigger to turn it on, and then you hold the trigger when you want to measure your temperature. And so this one has a lot of features. It has a light setting. You can set it for lighter, two light brightness settings for the backlight. You can save, you can do a save on it. It's got like, I don't know how many save slots, but it's got a whole bunch of save slots. I don't think there's like 10 or 15 save slots. It's got an emissivity. You can change the emissivity, but on the other one it's only high, medium, and low. On this one they've got a table of emissivity, so you can have, I think it's oxidized, it says there's default, oxidized aluminum, oxidized brass, oxidized copper, paint, plastic, oxidized steel, water, and default. And the default emissivity is 0.95. Not only that, but you can actually set the emissivity in like to 1/100th of a decimal, I guess, or whatever. So it goes from emissivity to 1. You can't set it past 1, so 0 to 1, I guess, emissivity. And you can set it to from a number, and you just go up or down. So emissivity 1, you can go 0.99, 0.98, etc. So we'll go back. Oh look, there's the memory view. So I cleared all the memory slots. It looks like you can get, I don't know, a lot of memory, maybe even 99 memories. I cleared off all the memories. So the emissivity will go for the table, and we'll set it on default. So 0.95. So again, on this screen you have 3 numbers. You can show min or max, as well as the current temperature it's taking. It has on the top you got the min on the max, and then at the bottom you got the min. So you can have it in that mode, min max mode, or you can have it in average mode. And in average mode it shows the average on the top, and then it shows the difference on the bottom. And then you can also have alarm. There's an alarm. You can set a high and low temperature for the alarm. You can set Celsius and Fahrenheit right from here. You can lock the laser, I think. And then in setup you can change the backlight to turn it off. You can change time and date and language. So that's this one. This is the 566, and it's more expensive. It's about $200 more expensive. So yeah, I got these both at auction. This one wasn't really working, and but it seems to be working now. The only thing that doesn't work is the backlight. So, and this one, they seem like to not be reading the same. In the auction it said this one was inaccurate reading, the 566. So, and so they are reading differently. So for example, at skin temperature, they read it very close, out maybe 1 degree. But then as you go higher temperature, like I'm testing this old tube radio, and if I turn the tube radio on, I'll show you the tube heating up, and so this tube goes really high temperature. So I don't know if you can see that, but this tube is going to be really hot in a minute. So it's like 30 degrees. And so there is quite a difference between the two units when you measure this tube when it gets really hot. So as you can see, I'm already getting 59, 60. This one seems to be faster too. It seems to be able to scan faster than the other one. So here on this one I'm getting 40s, 49. Again, it could just be like an emissivity setting or something on it. Let's try to show you so you can see it. So 60s, now I'm in the 60s. And this one's showing, oh, this one's showing 150 degrees. So there's something crazy going on here. This one's emissivity 170. That one's showing like 170. This one's showing 80. So I don't know, maybe it's the emissivity. Well, I don't know what it is. So if I set the emissivity to high, see what that is. See, if I set it, the emissivity to high, they're much closer. So that's emissivity at high. You can see that's 110 degrees. Oh, it's hard to see. So yeah, I guess emissivity at high means it's closer to the 1. So yeah, that would make sense, because if this is emissivity at high and this is an emissivity at 0.95, I guess as it gets closer to 1, its emissivity is higher. So there, that's reading at 104, 105, and this one's reading at 125. So there's still like quite a bit of difference there. So 130-ish, and this is 116. You can see the tube's getting hotter. So 116, 118, and this one's 130, 129. So yeah, 10 to 15 degrees difference between the two units. So these are really handy because you can just point the laser around at what you want to measure the temperature at. So it's handy just to know what, you know, for this one that's not really super accurate, it's still handy to have because it gives you a ballpark of where you are, how hot things are, which is super handy to have if you're repairing electronics. I like this one, it feels durable. This one only really started working, you know, reasonably recently. I don't even know what I did to it, but the backlight or the LCD was completely gone like just a few days ago. It wasn't working at all. So I don't know, maybe I knocked something loose or maybe there was just a wire loose in it or something. So anyways, yeah, these are the two units, the two Flukes. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I scored these both. If you were to buy these new, this is like this one's like 300-400, this one's 200-300, and I scored these both for about 100. But I was taking a risk because, you know, they could have been completely toast. So I lucked out at this time. But the other one, you know, looks like it needs a calibration, so I'm not gonna probably pay to get it calibrated. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching that video, and check out my other videos. Thanks for watching.